See, you know the sort of things I find incredible.
Go on.
Mirrors. Shiny objects.
Kettles. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, listen, remember the time when I told you about the baby that had a baby?
Baby that had a baby.
The baby that had a baby.
Yeah.
It's happened again.
No, it hasn't.
Well, it didn't happen the first time.
It was in the papers, I think, on Monday, in all the tabloids.
So it's a twin where one has grown and the other one is still at a fetal level.
No, it wasn't, though. It had grown. He was saying to his mum...
Who was saying to his mum?
The little kid who was 7 years old. And he kept saying... Yeah. Yeah, he was pregnant.
And he was pregnant?
Yeah. I know.
What do you mean?
And he was saying to his mum, oh, God, I don't feel well. And, like, his belly was all swollen, and they thought he'd just been eating cake or whatever. And he was saying, I can feel something moving about, and they were like, stop messing about, there's nothing wrong with you. Eventually, I think he was in gym at school.
In Jim? What, Jim was pregnant with him? Oh, no, it was like a Russian doll.
He was at school, right, just about to do sit-ups or whatever they do at school, right?
Yeah.
And
flew out across the room.
Teacher goes, you're a bit fat.
You look a bit pregnant.
And so best thing to the doctors took him, said, you're 7 years pregnant or something like that.
What you
What? Or something like that?
You're 7 years pregnant.
Or something like that.
You say to the doctor, Carl, why don't you think about what you say before you say it?
See the reaction I get. Now, the gazelle, I didn't get excited like that.
7 years pregnant.
Send it in. If someone's online at the moment, just having a look around, it happened on Monday or Tuesday. Because I told you at the pub quiz, didn't I, Steve? I said to you, I know the baby's had a baby.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I just thought you were talking nonsense as ever.
Well, we'll find out.
You're 7 years pregnant.
Yeah.
You're a fool. Play a record.
Well, we've still got stuff coming up.
Monkey News?
Rockbusters answers. We'll have to get that out of the way soon, because we've got
What else is there? Have we got a cheeky freak of the week?
Yep.
Brilliant. America by Simon and Garfunkel on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, and I understand I'm about to read my words, Steve.
Well, once again, there's always someone, and it looks like it's Mike Lamb who has come to Carl's rescue.
Lambo's let me down then.
Doctors have removed a 4-pound baby boy from the stomach of his 7-year-old twin brother.
Yeah.
Alan Jan Niamatilev
brother,
was born with the freak fetus growing inside him. For 7 years, it lived like a parasite until a school doctor became alarmed about Alan Jan's bulging tummy and took him to hospital. Surgeons who gave him a scan operated immediately, unaware that the baby was attached to the boy's blood vessels and still alive. They saved Alan Jan from certain death, but knew the 8-inch fetus was doomed. So there we are. Boy pregnant with his own twin brother by Barbara Davis. That was in the Mirror, apparently. So, I've read on and all the facts are right. They took him to school, the parents didn't realise.
And that isn't even this week's Freak of the Week.
I mean, that's
you
still
got that
to
for
come.
free. You've got that, you can have that.
That's the free freak of the week.
Free freak of the
That's,
week.
you know, that's giveaway. That's like 13.5% extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you might get with hairspray or something. So that, I mean, if that's just the throwaway freak of the week, there are 2 freaks of the weeks there. If those 2 freaks, I can't wait to see what the actual freak of the week is that people are paying for. Is it incredible, Carl?
I'll tell you what, something else you can have for free.
Go on.
Another sort of freaky thing, right? I was watching this programme in the week. Right?
What?
I don't know what it was. But it was about, I just saw this little fella on it, right?
What do you mean, little fella?
He was doing this history thing.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, is this he's found out that a Viking was a bit like him?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
He was boneless or something, or he's...
Well, that's the weird thing. What do you think of that, Steve?
He's what? He's boneless?
No, he was called Harry the Boneless something.
Yeah, but you know what you're gonna get there, don't you? That's what I mean, always have a name, Elephant Man, you know. Harry the Boneless. Where is he? You know what I mean?
I'm meeting someone, waiter, what's his name? He's called Harry the Boneless. He's over there flapping around.
Yeah.
He's over there in the bucket, having noodles.
That's what I mean. But, do you reckon you could do that? Do you reckon you could have your bones taken out?
I love talking to him! He's brilliant! It's like talking to a 5-year-old.
I was asking Suzanne when she was watching it, and she was like, ask me later.
Yeah, brilliant.
She wanted to know about,
What did you said? You were watching this programme about history, right? About Vikings.
Something like that,
you turned to your girlfriend and said, do you reckon you could have your bones taken out?
Yeah,
I love that.
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
that is why you are my favourite.
What do you mean you think you can have your bones taken out? Firstly, why would you have your bones taken out?
If you've only got a small flat or something, and there isn't much room,
Yeah.
right? And what I mean is, would all your organs still do the stuff?
No, they wouldn't.
You'd just be mush.
Listen, I'll teach you something now, right? The skeleton, right? Spam, yeah? Support, movement, anchorage. No, support, protection, anchorage, movement. Spam. That's what the bones do. Yeah? You couldn't stand up. You wouldn't be protected because they protect this rib cage, skull, of course. Anchorage, everything holds onto it. Every muscle is tethered to pull against something, like a crane, a pulley system, so you wouldn't be able to move at all. Do you know what I mean? So you'd be in a bucket. There'd be you'd die immediately, obviously. No, you can't have your bones taken out, Carl. I mean, why do you need to ask that question?
Sorry, but Boneless Bob, or whatever his name was.
Harry
the Boneless. he presumably didn't have any bones. I mean, that's why he had that name, obviously.
No, he did.
No,
He had-
he's got the name.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was just... he was...
I've had an email here from Graham, Old Kent Road. He just says, I had a dream about Carl last night. Can I sue? I've no idea what he looks like, apart from the boldness, and yet he turns up in the middle of my dream. I don't need this, it's harassment.
yeah.
But people are having dreams about you now, Carl. You actually, it's like you're one of something that was created by the Brothers Grimm.
I had a dream. You know when people used to have anxiety dreams, they had like an exam or something, like you suddenly go to school and you realised, oh my god, you didn't have your trousers on, or I had an anxiety dream. I assume we started off in anxiety dream about The Office, about filming The Office, and we had to film in HMV, but someone hadn't cleared it, and so we had to find an R price. And I went, oh, okay, that'll do. And as I was walking there, right, I didn't have any shoes on, which is like an anxiety dream, but I looked down and I went, so what?
Yeah.
So I'm so lazy now, I think even anxiety dreams don't kick into me.
I'm not sure that's a dream. I think that's just a memory. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you,
turned up with the film in The Office.
Yeah, with
going,
no shoes.
We don't need shoes.
When we were originally doing the pilot for the very first series, obviously Ricky's the main character, he's in it all the time. It's obviously important, it's our big chance to get something made for TV, you know, this could launch our careers. And, I turn up on the Monday, he's twisted his ankle. He has to be wheeled around in a wheelchair, because he went out jogging, stepped on a tin can in the street, and fell over.
Who left that there?
Like a 40-year-old man with brittle bone disease, he just twisted his ankle and he was out of action. It was pathetic.
Yeah, that was the pilot.
Absolutely pathetic.
But I still turned up, Carl. That's the sort of trooper I am.
Well, yeah, but you moaned the whole week.
Wait.
Well,
I didn't like having to go around in a wheelchair, did I? It's not pleasant, you know, but in a weird way, it taught me all the problems.
do you have anxiety dreams, Carl? Do you ever lie awake worrying about stuff?
Because I have a lot going on in my head.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
What do you do, rent it out to people?
Is it two monkeys swinging in a tie at the moment?
Yeah.
I just don't have that many dreams.
No.
I love that. I love the fact you don't have that many dreams. Well, you haven't had a decent night's sleep till you were 14, according to you.
12.
Really?
Yeah, so I remember
I know
once-
what you meant. I know what you mean, though. Now, when sometimes you're so tired, because I'd forgotten that you're so tired, and you think, well, I'm so glad I don't have to go out tonight. I'm going to go and just lay on the couch and then go to bed. Yeah.
Have you had one, Steve? Have you?
Anxiety dreams, I do have them periodically, yeah. It used to be a lot of, you know, things like running to get to school in time, but, you know, suddenly your feet are running in treacle and you can hear the school bell and you
I
can't
haven't had
get
them for
there,
years. I just haven't had an anxiety dream for years and years and years. Yeah, don't know. I just don't care.
No, well, no, you just genuinely don't care about anything. This is the problem. You've just got to a point now where nothing bothers you, really. It's like you're just too lazy and disinterested in anything. This show, your career, my career, Carl.
No, I'll never give up on Carl. So, Carl, so this little Harry the Boneless, what was your point? Was that really your point? You wondered if you could live without bones?
Yeah, I saw the little fella on this programme, and
The presenter?
Yeah, and he was a small fella, and he was talking about Harry the Boneless, and I thought, you know, that's interesting little bit of science stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about it on him, really.
All right, well, that's just another bonus cheeky freak of the week, isn't it?
That's not even the freak of the week either.
No.
That's still to come.
So you've had a pregnant Siamese twin.
It's been mad.
You've had a boneless fella and another fella talking about him. They're not even involved in Freak of the Week.
No.
This is getting mad. Play a record.
Let's play a record. Let's have Cheeky Freak of the Week afterwards, shall we?
Yeah.
Current single from Nick Cave.
There's another bloke, right? I don't know the sort of full ins and outs of it,
Go on, you surprised me.
but what he asked for, something happened to his tackle, right?
It's penis.
Yeah, right. So he was at the doctor's, and they were like, "Oh, what can you do for me? It's a bit embarrassing. I've got nothing down there." Right. So they were like looking at it, going, "Yeah." Doctor, I don't know if he started like rubbing his chin with his finger or something. Looked down. He's thinking, got an idea. You've got a lot of fingers. How many of them do you use? The patient's like, yeah, I see what you're thinking. They cut off one of his fingers, sewn that on to where his tackle is. He's happy.
Well, that's different though, isn't it? That's where they've
really
taken tissue. No, but I assume they fashioned it into more of a knob than a finger.
If you were doing that, use a sausage. I mean, why lose a finger for...
Well, I'll tell you why. Because your finger has your tissue, your blood type, and therefore would graft near your testicles. A sausage is a thing that's made by a butcher out of offal, okay, that really can't be grafted onto any part of the human body. That's why they very rarely use any meat products in surgery. I know, yeah. I mean, why not use a sausage? You're a mental case.
I always remember this story when I was a kid about some bloke. He had throat cancer, right? And his doctor said, carry on with your life, right? It's not going to be that good, but just carry on. But don't eat meat. And he was like, oh, I love meat. He's like, yeah, but just don't, have your veg, keep yourself strong, but don't be eating that. Anyway, he was fed up because he loved his meat, and his wife was feeling a bit sorry for him one day. And thought, I'm sick of him looking fed up and that. All he wants is some meat, for God's sake. Give him some meat. So she goes to the butcher's, gets him a big piece of, like, steak and what have you. He can't believe it. He's like, oh, brilliant, cheers for that. Anyway, he's got the meat on his plate, just about to tuck in, and the cancer comes out from his throat. What? No, it's something, I know, it sounds really weird, but it's something that I was told about years ago when I was growing up.
What are you talking about?
It was just some bad illness, some cancer thing, and it sort of, it was coming out waiting for the meat. It was sort of dying.
Again, a lot of your medical knowledge is from...
It's from the film Alien.
So this guy with throat cancer, okay, as opposed to it being a disease of the cell...
It was like a living...
The alien. It was alien.
So it was the animal. It was the little animal cancer.
That's why
what are you talking about?
Meat. He wasn't allowed to eat meat.
So it's sitting there. So it's actually sitting there in the throat. Why? I'll tell you what I'd have done if I'd have had some cancer in my throat. I'd go, there you go, rid of that. What are you talking about? So what happened?
He choked to death on this thing, and the wife was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have given him the meat after all." Just
that's a bollock story.
It's all. There's loads of weird stuff like that that happens in medical stuff.
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers, and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gonna bring it down the
That's the jingle for Carl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo.
Met Suzanne at Euston Station. I said I would sort out the tea tonight, so I called the curry house. The fella couldn't understand me. I asked for 2 poppadoms. He kept saying, how many? I kept saying 2. He still couldn't understand. I said 1 more than 1. He understood. When we picked up the food and took it home, there were 5 poppadoms in the bag.
Oh, God! Oh, God.
There is a restaurant somewhere that sells knobs to eat.
No, there's not.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there is.
It says that women can't eat too many of them, and if you want a seal's knob for dinner, you have to book in advance.
Right, it's gobbledygook. This is the ramblings of a madman again.
It's a trend, he writes. It won't last long. It'll be like hummus. Called Ricky and asked what the difference is between the mind and the brain.
Yeah, he did.
That's a hell of a phone call to get.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ricky did explain, but I can't remember what he said. I wondered at what age you are when the mind kicks in. Okay. Ricky changed the subject and said there is an island called Spider Island. There's nothing but spiders on it. A bloke went to visit the island and said there was 1,000 types of spider in one tree.
What do you think about that? What do you think of an island that's just full of spiders?
I don't know, because you need spiders. I don't know what they do, but they say a world without spiders, like, wouldn't be good. But they sort of do something. There's something about if you did get rid of them all, it would have an effect.
Well, of course it would. Get rid of anything, it'd have an effect.
Not everything, though. Like I've said, jellyfish and what have you.
Well, no.
It's 97% water or something.
Yeah.
So how much are they doing? Just give them another 3%, make them water. And that's more useful.
Give them another 3% and make them water. Oh, God.
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? A little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, come round to us, and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because you read things, but it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Do that in a cinema. Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the Congo.
We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there are bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction. Like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah, they sort of are, right? And they push them away, and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough, and they give it a good hiding. And Carl couldn't get over this. I saw his face But I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling around his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away,
Yeah.
move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it. You know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know.
Fly.
Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells me you're not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, "Oh, what are we doing?" Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying.
It's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot. There was this kid at our school we took the piss out of for basically the rest of his time there, because when he was about 11, someone said, "How would you want to die?" Right? We do that thing, drowning, fire, all that. He said, "I want to die of old age in my mother's arms."
How old was he?
Like 11.
Loser. My mother's arms?
No!
What, getting off with her? What?
I want to die of old age in my mother's old cheek. Brilliant. I want to die of old age with my nan and my mum.
Yeah, all in the same bed.
Oh dear.
So if it was the last day, if you had one day to live, okay, what would you do with your day? Now let's assume that you're not in a state of ill health.
There's not much you can do.
It's just the end of the world, and
What do you mean there's not much you can do? I mean, that's what we're asking you.
It's the last day of your life.
It depends, doesn't it? If we're all in the same boat, if someone says, "Oh, unlucky," without bitterness, like, "Oh, we accidentally exposed you to some radiation poison, you got a day," or if it was like, "There's a meteor coming this way, we're all in the same boat," I think it would be different. It depends whether it's you
It would make no
and the
difference
rest
to
of the
me.
world. No?
I'd do the same thing. I'd steal a car and go joyriding. But like go mental. I'd be smashing stuff, I'd be knocking people over for a laugh. I'd be going crazy. It'd be like Grand Theft Auto.
Right,
It would be
okay.
extraordinary.
Brilliant.
Driving through parks.
That's what I did in the getaway.
Yeah.
I tried to play it seriously, and within about 10 minutes I was just going around areas I knew, trying to knock people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that much. Seriously. You can watch telly, because you might not know how the thing ends.
Sure. Yeah, very wasted time.
You could watch 24, couldn't you? If you had a day.
Yeah.
On DVD.
Do that then, do that.
Do that, yeah?
Well, but I mean, let's be honest. Let's say you know you can take all the money out of your bank account. You can fly anywhere in the world. You can do whatever you want.
Well, not a long flight. You could.
Well, no, but you've got your
Australia, you wouldn't make it, would you?
No.
Why wouldn't you go to the monkey sanctuary down in Cornwall and just go around cuddling as many monkeys as you can?
I'm going to tell you something now.
Go on.
Go in there next week.
Are you?
Yeah. Taking my mum and dad away, because like Suzanne's mum and dad are there.
What, you're donating them?
Most people put them in a home. What are you going to do? How you a monkey sanctuary is cheaper.
Taking them down, taking them down to Cornwall.
Hold on, I thought you said you'd never go away with parents again.
No, but that was Suzanne's mum and dad.
Oh, is this to get even or something?
So we'll do that, and then we'll can it, then.
That was your outing. Your phone and both sets of parents and it goes, right, you won't be seeing us ever again on holiday. We've taken you away, we've taken you away.
Be careful that the monkey people don't buy you off your parents.
Yeah. And
know,
don't
set you
make
up in one
sure they don't leave any of the monkeys' food in the telephone box, because your dad will have that away.
Yeah.
No. I was talking to him about that the other day. About the, nicking in phone boxes. And he,
Should we just explain that to
Well,
people?
they live in a small village in Wales, and it's like one sort of utility store, and when it's shut, they leave you shopping in the telephone box across the road. And Carl's dad found out about this and goes and helps himself.
Yeah, to other people shopping.
That's terrible. Yeah, go on.
And, I was talking to him about that, saying, have you picked up any surprises in the phone box? And, he said, no. We were talking about other stuff he used to do. One of them used to be going in this supermarket, right, in Manchester.
Yeah.
Needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Go in, take a new pair off the shelf, pop them on, leave his old ones there.
Really?
And walk out again.
Yeah, brilliant. floor.
And then you're going after him by his old ones back like an idiot.
Yeah. You'd go in the next day. They look nice. My dad's got a pair just like that. I've always wanted some.
Can I have those?
Incidentally, we don't advocate the stealing of shoes from shops.
Or the joyriding and killing people.
Unless you've got one day left.
Okay.
Or phone boxes.
John. Fighting. Gervais, Merchant, Pilkington. Rockbusters.
Oh, brilliant. Is there a jingle for Rockbusters? I don't think there's ever been one, is there?
No.
Could you come up with one quickly?
Oh! Rockbusters!
Brilliant.
Alright.
Well, the prizes this week, there's not many. I have to say, Carl's not sourced many, but what he's got are actually good quality.
Well, I'm trying to instill in him that it's, you know, quality, not quantity.
Absolutely.
As opposed to, like, 15 copies of, you know, Fools and Horses Christmas Special with a giveaway three-wheeler
Yeah.
car and Primal Scream's greatest hits on 11 CDs.
Yeah. Not Primal Scream, in Spiral Carpets.
Oh, that was it, yeah, yeah.
Spiral Carpets. Anyway, yeah, we've got this new Kiss FM Hip Hop Classics compilation, which has got some really good stuff on there. New stuff from the likes of, you know, Outkast and the Wu-Tang, but some old classics from Public Enemy, and of course, LL Cool J's Mama Said Knock You Out. It's worth having alone for that track.
Yeah.
I think this is 4 CDs? No, 2 CDs. The Best Air Guitar Album in the World, Volumes 1 and 2 in a special box set.
Yeah.
You've got all sorts on there.
There's May.
Brian Adams is on there, Robert
Adams,
Palmer.
May,
but also
Palmer.
excellent stuff, Beastie Boys, Clash, we got the Kinks, so that's good. Abigail's Party, the DVD thing with Alison Steadman. I know you're quite a fan of that, aren't you, Rick?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Which is, from many years ago, if you've not seen it, it's good. This Later with Jules Holland DVD, it's got live performances from PJ Harvey, the Cardigans, Rollins.
But he is playing Boogie Woogie over their tracks.
I would hope so.
Okay, good.
And also, is this the new albums from The Thrills?
Yeah, it
Is
is.
it the album?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little.
Wow.
Is that exclusive? It's not even out yet, is it?
I don't know, not even out.
Not even out
Well, that's the sort of things that Carl can come up with if pushed. It's all about the game, though. It's all about the game. The prizes are just for fun. It's all about the playing the game. Let's see what Carl's come up with this week. This is his last chance. If I ever hear anything like new odour again, that's the end.
Well, they did get it though, didn't they? So they're working out. They will do it.
Just let's have the jingle again.
Alright.
Oh, Rockbusters!
Right, if you haven't heard it before, cryptic clues that make up a band and some initials to help you on your way as well. Right? So,
Well, you'd never get it without, but go on.
first one, that fella likes sucking on iron. Right?
That fella likes sucking on iron.
Yeah, the initial M. Right?
Okay.
That fella likes sucking on iron. Right, that's the first one. Second one, the Jamaican fella spots a boat.
Oh, God.
Say that again.
The Jamaican fella spots a boat.
Spots a boat.
Yeah. Right.
The Jamaican fella spots a boat.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Alright.
Initial D.
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 D, okay.
D.
Alright.
And the last one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it. Right?
Interesting.
I've just got number 2.
Right? Do you want...
Oh, God. Right,
the
go
third
on.
one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it.
And what's the
Right.
initial?
E.
All of them again, quickly.
Right, so the first one, that fella likes sucking on iron. That's M. Second one, Jamaican fella spots a boat. Right? That's D. And the last one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. It's, you know, you own it. Right? That's,
It finishes it like it's a whole story by the end.
that's E.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Please don't phone in.
Email only.
Email him. We cannot be bothered to answer the phone. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Brilliant.
With the answers to Rockbusters, the biggest quiz on radio, probably. Do you want to remind us the quiz?
No, you mean the crappiest quiz on radio?
Yeah.
Right. First one was, that fella likes sucking on iron.
Yeah.
Right. The initial was M.
Yeah.
What was the band? It was Metal Liquor. Alright.
What's Metal Liquor? No, wait, I've never heard of a band, Metal Liquor.
Metallica.
No,
Metal
you said,
Liquor.
yeah, you said Metal Liquor, I don't understand.
Yeah, Metal Liquor. Metallica.
What? No, say it again. Say it again and try and make Metallica sound like Metal Liquor.
Metallica. Metallica. Metallica.
Is he having a fit? Say it again. Make Metallica sound like Metal Liquor.
Metallica. Metallica.
Okay, next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Second one, the Jamaican fella spots a boat. That was easy. That was D. That was Divage. You got that?
Make it sound like the band.
Divage.
Make it sound like a Jamaican fella saying, spotting a boat.
Divage. Right. So you got that one. And the last one. Do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it.
Yeah.
Right. That was E. That was your rope.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, universally speaking, on XFM 104.9. Well, halfway through, Steve. I'm Ricky Gervais. That was Mr. Merchant I was referring to there as Steve. Familiar. Friends by now. 5 years in the making. Karl Pilkington, I known him a year and a half, but he's a good friend as well.
Alright.
Alright, XFM, where paths cross. Alright?
Oh, so, any interesting things to talk about, guys? Dr. Fox style? Any amusing observations? Have you taken a sideways look at the week's news or anything, Carl? What have you...
Tell you what I did here last night.
Go on.
Go on.
5 Live. They do like a review of what's gone on in the week. When we've been busy in the week, I haven't always got time to follow what's going on.
In the world, sure.
Someone's made a chicken with teeth.
What? For what reason?
Don't know, because they can.
Just because they can.
And like they
So it chooses food.
Yeah.
they had a few guests saying, well, you know, where will it all end?
So you sure you weren't watching a Wallace and Gromit video?
No, seriously, right? It's they're doing it.
They're a chicken with teeth.
Why would they spend millions researching...
What do you mean
that?
they've got a chicken with teeth? What do you mean there's a chicken with teeth?
Sounds mad, doesn't it?
What are you talking about, Carl?
That's what they've done. Do you know, like...
Why?
I don't know. They're just messing with science and that, and that's what the people were saying. Why are you doing that? Do you know what I mean? Where will it start? What's the next thing? They did the sheep. They did the cloning. Right?
The rat with an ear on its back.
Did that.
Can hear a cat coming, can't it?
What else were they talking about? They were talking about that sheep again. That cloning one.
Yeah. Dolly the sheep.
Do you think it's that clever?
Why
Because they do all look the same anyway.
What's it got to do with its cleverness?
The
Being
fact that
cloned.
being cloned, is it, do you think that's a good thing?
He doesn't think it's that impressive because they look the same anyway.
Right.
They could have just put any sheep in there and go, look, they're the same. Yeah. Brilliant.
So there was a program, people were talking
What
about
are you talking about, a chicken with teeth?
It was the latest news. It was like all about the war and that, and I was like, yeah. And then it said chicken with teeth. I said, hang on a
Your
minute.
ears perked up.
Yeah, he didn't hear anything about the war, did you? That was like, they might have been speaking French, or just like whistles. And now, story about a chicken with teeth.
I know.
You stop washing
Maybe
up there.
someone can let us know, you know.
Oh, God, don't open the floodgates.
No, but I'm just saying I don't know the full thing. They just
Of course you
Surprise,
don't.
surprise.
They just touched on it.